I never imagined my heart could betray me at 50. I had lived a full life, or so I thought. A successful business, 2 grown daughters, a beautiful home in Ikoi, and the dignity that comes with age and wealth. Yet deep within me, loneliness stretched its fingers. For years, I carried it like an invisible burden, smiling at society while aching in private. I believed love was something I had buried with my late husband. Until Chuka reappeared in my life. I had known him since he was a boy. His mother, Eber, was my best friend, my sister in all but blood. I still remembered carrying Chuka on my back, teasing Eber that he would grow into a fine young man. I never knew those words would one day sting me with truth. It was at Eber's 60th birthday that I saw him again. He had returned from abroad, taller, broader, and carrying himself with the quiet confidence of a man who had weathered storms. When he hugged me, calling me Annie Gozi with that deep voice, my chest betrayed me with a flutter. His scent lingered longer than it should have, and I chastised myself in silence. But Chuka did not remain a passing vision. He began visiting my home, first with errands from his mother, then with casual conversations, and eventually with his own burdens about life in Nigeria. We spoke on the veranda in my garden, sometimes during long power cuts by candlelight. He asked questions others never did. Did I still feel beautiful? Did I still believe in love? Questions that unsettled me, questions that stripped away the titles and respectability and left me simply as a woman. One rainy evening, he arrived soaked, shirt clinging to his chest. As I handed him a towel, instinctively reaching to dry his hair like I used to, he caught my hand and held it there. His eyes burned into mine. "I don't want you to see me as a boy anymore," he whispered. My heart pounded like a drum. I pulled away, warning him not to start what he could not finish. But from that night, the air between us was charged. Every glance, every touch weighted with unspoken longing. I fought it. I reminded myself of the shame it would bring, the betrayal it would be to Eber, the scandal if society knew. But Chuka's presence disarmed me. He listened to me in a way no man had in years. He made me laugh. He made me remember I was more than a widow, more than a mother. I was still a woman who longed to be wanted. The night it happened was both unexpected and inevitable. We had been talking in my living room, wine glasses half full, the silence stretching to long. When his hand brushed mine, I didn't pull away. When he leaned closer, I didn't turn. His lips touched mine with the gentleness of someone asking a question. My body answered before my mind could protest. What began as hesitation became surrender. I felt alive in a way I hadn't in decades. His touch was both tender and urgent, awakening a fire I thought had died with my youth. We crossed the line, and when dawn broke, shame lay beside me as heavy as desire. I told him it could not continue, that it was madness, dangerous, impossible. But the more I tried to bury it, the stronger it grew. Our stolen moments became lifelines. He would visit, and I would tell myself it was only conversation, only companionship. Yet each time, our hands found each other, lips sought each other, bodies refused to listen to reason. I was 50, but with him I felt 20 again, and it terrified me. Eber found out, of course. Secrets that burn so brightly can never remain hidden. The day she confronted me, her voice shook with rage and betrayal. "Gozi, how could you? My own son? I trusted you like a sister." I wept, begged her forgiveness, tried to explain that it was not premeditated, that love had ambushed me. But how do you explain the inexplicable? Her words cut me deeper than I thought possible. For the first time in decades, I feared losing her friendship forever. Chuka, however, was unshaken. "Let her hate me if she must," he said. "I know what I feel for you." His courage emboldened me, yet guilt gnawed at me daily. I was torn between the love that revived me and the loyalty that defined me. Nights became sleepless, torn by passion and regret, my heart a battlefield. Time, however, has a way of softening the sharpest wounds. Months passed. Eber, though cold and distant, began to see that Chuka was not a victim of seduction but a man who had chosen his path. My daughters, too, noticed the glow in my eyes, the spring in my step, and though they whispered at first, they could not deny that I seemed happier than I had in years. Slowly, cautiously, reconciliation began. I still wrestle with the questions. Am I selfish for holding on to this love? Have I betrayed my age, my role, my friendship? Yet, when Chuka looks at me, I see no scandal in his eyes, only devotion. He reminds me that love does not obey calendars or conventions. It arrives where it will, unbidden, unapologetic. I never planned to fall in love with my best friend's son, but life has taught me that the heart is a stubborn thing, unwilling to bow to reason or reputation. I am 50, he is 28, and though the world may never understand, I know what I feel. For the first time in a long time, I am alive, and I will not apologize for that.